What up? It's me, ya boy. You are not prepared for what what you're about to witness. I found this because somebody I knew overheard some other people talking about some cult. That's what the C is in the title, by the way. It's a cult. And just the first paragraph of it. Oh god, no, it's me. Hold on, there we go. Okay. I don't... Just the first bit. So, Emily writes, down the rabbit hole with Covfefe 19 conspiracy theorists. You know we're in for a treat. Today I fell down a rabbit hole of rabid Trump supporters who are convinced Covfefe 19 is both a hoax and also Trump's greatest moment as president. He has acted decisively, apparently, while also knowing that Covfefe 19 is a Hollywood liberal elite cover-up. And it involves Celine Dion in New Zealand. I first became aware of those massive scoops when I learned this via Facebook. Oh, you know you're in for a good time when it's Facebook. Quote, Bill Gates has now stood down, along with many others. LinkedIn CEO, Amazon CEO, for example. Tom Hanks has it in Australia. What? Trudeau's wife? Celine Dion and Heidi Klum with rumors of it with rumors if falling it? Shutting the economy down slowly. All these people that are testing positive are all a part of the cabal. It's a cult for the elite. Trump was one of the first people to take action, and is the one who is speaking the loudest and being active. The USA have initiated state of emergency. The WHO, World Health Organization, are corrupt and owned by the deep state. End quote. I had to know more. What was the connection between Celine Dion and Heidi Klum and Covfefe 19? What indeed? I began a journey that would change me forever. The person who told me about the cabal told me I'm talking about the deep state, the cabal, who was what I was originally talking about. Look it up, it's real. It's reality, unfortunately, end quote. I was told I need to connect the dots. I enjoy that they left the errors in the quotes. Buckle up, sheeple, get ready for the truth. On a website called Q, oh, good, I found fellow patriots with a hard-on for the truth. I was quickly introduced to the prevailing conspiracy theory around Covfefe 19. It's quite simple. Adrenochrome is a drug for the liberal elite of Hollywood made from actual human brainstem containing hormones from the adrenal gland. Hillary Clinton manufactures this drug by torturing children in a pizza shop. If you order a cheese pizza, that's the code. Tom Hanks is addicted to adrenochrome, and he caught Covfefe 19 from the latest batch of tainted adrenochrome that came through Celine Dion, who is a high priestess from the Church of Satan. She is well-versed in poison, as she's been lacing her children's clothing line with a chemical that makes our children gender neutral. Tom Hanks signaled to the Hollywood liberal elite cabal deep state. That's a mouthful. I like that one. Hollywood liberal elite cabal deep state, in his Golden Globes acceptance speech, that there would be a shortage of adrenochrome. Ellen, I think they mean Ellen DeGeneres, has closed her studio audience because she's addicted as well. Heidi Klum is too, and so is Michael Rappaport. This is a direct quote from a true patriot. Quote, What's happened to Celine Dion? I remember her as young and vibrant, but boom! She's a far cry from my memory. Let's not forget Michael Rappaport. He just doesn't look right. A tad pale, low on iron? End quote. But if that version doesn't appeal to you, don't worry, I have more. You can basically choose your own conspiracy adventure. 1. This is another false flag attempt to implicate the Great Awakening. 2. This virus has been orchestrated to force universities to adopt learning management systems, like Canvas and Blackboard, and move to online teaching, ending schooling as we know it forever. 3. COFEFE-19 will trigger the implementation of Global Economic Security and Recovery Act so the government can take your money. 4. Bill Gates! 5. A new world war. China, Iran, Italy attempted to preemptively inoculate their own population and then release a disease that would threaten the world. What number am I at? 6? A feminist cult of witches created a virus to kill all old white men. 7. We'll never get America to agree to cut Social Security, but they won't be able to collect if they're dead. 8. Vaccinations cost it. 9. COFEFE-19 was created by the media to sell newspapers, and everyone who has been infected is a crisis actor. 9? I don't know what I'm at. What am I at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so 10. God did it because we're all too sinful. 11. Back in 2007, the Wuhan Institute of Virology published a paper about its research into SARS-like bat coronaviruses. Oh, I said it! No! I was doing so well. I mean, I'm probably making it look like I start off cult so you guys wouldn't know what I was talking about. But, I mean, the thumbnail gave it away anyway, but whatever. While they were researching the SARS-like bat COFEFE virus, they were unhappy with the low rate at which it infected human cells, so they genetically altered it to make it infect human cells more effectively by giving it an HIV outer shell, which enabled the SARS-like COFEFE virus to attack human cells via ACE2 receptors. 12. A husband and wife spy team stole the virus from Canada's National Microbiology Laboratory. There is no evidence for any of this. In fact, most of it has been thoroughly debunked, but I would say that as a member of the fake news lamestream media, Tom Hanks tweeting out that him and his wife were in isolation. As gross as unseemly, well, I'll leave this up so you guys can see it if you need to. Will this make it bigger for you guys? Oh, it actually opened Twitter? Okay. Hi folks, Rita Wilson, and I want to thank everyone here down under who are taking such good care of us. We have COFEFE-19 and are in isolation, so we do not spread it to anyone else. There are those for whom it could lead to a very serious illness. We are taking it one day at a time. There are things we can all do to get through this by following the advice of experts and taking care of ourselves and each other. No. Remember, despite all the current events, there is no crying in baseball. Hanks. There. That's what he said. Yeah, I'm drinking water because it's really, really hot. I'm getting dehydrated from all the booze I'm drinking. As gross and unseemly as all these wild, mostly xenophobic and racist, conspiracy theories are, psychologists have explained why people will believe literally anything said on a forum by someone called Hillary Kills 666. Hillary Kills? An excellent, easy-to-understand piece in Psychology Today in 2018, Conspiracy, Dr. David Ludden wrote that there are 3 main reasons why people believe in possible conspiracy theories. They are the desire for understanding and certainty, the desire for control and security, and the desire to maintain a positive self-image. You could probably bump that to 4. Oh, whatever. Anyway, 5 maybe. Quote, seeking explanations for events is a natural human desire, end quote, Ludden wrote. So is asking questions. Quote, and we don't just ask questions, we also quickly find answers to those questions, not necessarily true answers, but rather answers that comfort us or fit into our worldview, end quote. For most of us, when we realize we believe something untrue, like that ponies aren't tiny horses, we just accept that and move on. Conspiracy theorists cannot give up the false belief so readily or easily because they feel invested. They just stayed up till 4 a.m. reading about Tom Hanks having alien blood, and they think they're the only person who's smart enough to understand. Quote, uncertainty is an unpleasant state, and conspiracy theories provide a sense of understanding and certainty that is comforting, end quote, Ludden says. Over the past few weeks, a lot of people have said to me, quote, I don't know what to believe, end quote, and it's an uncertain time right now, and people don't feel in control of their lives. I'm afraid myself. I don't feel in control. I don't know if or when schools will close. I don't know if my events will work, if my events for work will go ahead. I don't know what I'll do for work. Everyone is in the same boat. We are all feeling uncertain, and we all are seeking control. Quote, conspiracy theories can give their believers a sense of control and security. This is especially true when the alternative accounts feel threatening. For example, if global temperatures are rising catastrophically due to human activity, then I'll have to make painful changes to live my comfortable lifestyle, end quote, Ludden says. But we know climate change is real, and so is COFEFE-19. So what can we do in the face of conspiracy? Arguing with facts will never work when you're coming up against feelings. And to be honest, radical empathy feels impossible when you're dealing with people who don't feel any goodwill towards anyone outside of their own homes. But the fact is, COFEFE-19 is a virus, and we just need to follow and trust health professionals trying to flatten the curve and contain the spread. It turns out the truth is out there. It's just not very exciting. And Tom Hanks apparently recently, star for the New Zealand bit, Tom Hanks recently told the liberal Hollywood elite cabal deep state that they should all meet at the Rising S Company bunkers in New Zealand. Well, there you go. It's all an elaborate liberal Hollywood elite cabal deep state plot, I guess. Confirmed. What? Oh no. Oh no. The conspiracy theory is in the chat. I thought you guys wouldn't get it. I thought you guys would get a kick out of that. I'm not. I read that and I was just like, adrenochrome cult? I'm sorry. What is this? And I needed to look it up, and this is what I found. I do enjoy the choose your own adventure conspiracy theory. Like, which one do you want? There's a conspiracy theory for everyone. Yeah, that's straight up not facts. That is worth a timeout. Just don't. The deep goblin conspiracy cabal? Yes, pretty much. F in the chat with the conspiracy theorists. Yeah, this was a read. So, the truth about adrenochrome. This is by a different author, and this is from April. If you spent so much time online lately, like everyone else on lockdown, you've probably fallen down some strange covfefe rabbit holes. One word you might have seen is adrenochrome. It's popular with a conspiracy set. It makes you young or high or part of a satanic tribute. Before you become hypnotized by the swaths of Facebook comment threads, you should know how it got its mystical status. Where have I heard of adrenochrome? Aldous Huxley's 1954 essay, The Doors of Perception, written mostly about his experiences with mescaline, discusses the possibility that adrenochrome is a compound with similar effects to the psychedelic cactus. He has not taken it, and doesn't know how one would obtain it, saying that just is spontaneously produced by the human body. He described it as, quote, a product of the decomposition of adrenaline, end quote, which is, surprisingly, correct. There's a brief mention of Drencom, Srom? I don't know how to pronounce this, in the 1962 novel A Clockwork Orange, where there is an optional addition to the cocktail, glass of milk, Poloco Plus. Sorry, I said that with a P. Moloko Plus. But probably the most cited use of the compound is in the Hunter S. Thompson Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. It might be a novel, but many assumed it was a real thing that people really did. Thompson did not explain the adrenochrome buzz in great detail, but this probably isn't too far from his version. And then there's a clip from Fear and Loathing, but I'm not going to play it. I don't know if it will tell me. Well, just look up this video. Fear and Loathing, trolling Lucy adrenochrome. So if you want to look at that. It's important for anyone reading Fear and Loathing to remember that gonzo journalism, the writing style Thompson invented, is based around fictionalization and exaggeration of real-life events. In the DVD commentary on the 1998 Fear and Loathing adaptation, director Gary Gilliam said Thompson told him he made the whole adrenochrome thing up. Does adrenochrome exist at all? Yes, just like Huxley said, adrenochrome is a compound formed by the oxidation of adrenaline. Its main medical use is to slow blood loss by promoting clotting in open wounds. It's available for purchase online by researchers, with most outlets stating its source is synthetic and its uses are the inhibition of COMT, which deactivates certain neurotransmitters, and the synthesis of prostaglandins, fat involved with blood clotting. When asked, what is this? What did you send me? Oh god, there's so many! Let's get through this one. When asked for comment, the University of Auckland Neuropharmacology and Neuroscience Department said it wasn't on their radar. It's got a cool name and some medical uses, but by and large, it's not a very exciting compound. Sorry. Is there a hallucinogenic drug called adrenochrome? In his 1973 book, Legal Highs, Adam Gottlieb? I don't know if I'm pronouncing it. I'm so bad at names. Described adrenochrome as being physically stimulating and including a feeling of well-being, slight reduction of thought process. It's unknown whether he ever took the drug or if it was based on hearsay. Legal Highs also contained entries on catnip and guarana. So the bar for a high was low. Ironically. Most reports of adrenochrome throughout literature sound a lot like DMT. It's very possible beatniks just gave DMT the cool name adrenochrome, and the real compound got caught up in the mix. Why are people talking about it now? Adrenochrome is a popular topic in conspiracy circles. It's a drug of the Hollywood elite. It's addictive. It's harvested from tortured children in satanic rituals, they reckon. The current strain of theory is that a huge amount of celebrities have come down with Covfefe-19 due to a tainted batch of adrenochrome. Most celebrities classified as liberal Hollywood elite are American or British, two nations that have been struggling to manage Covfefe-19 outbreak. So it's not hugely surprising that many have contracted the virus. Adrenochrome harvesting, according to the conspiracies, is done by drinking blood, heart surgery, or tapping into the brainstem. The adrenal glands are located above the kidneys, so that's probably where you really want to look. Why does anyone believe children are tortured to harvest adrenochrome? The blame must land on Hunter S. Thompson. In Fear and Loathing, the character Dr. Gonzo says, quote, "There's only one source for this stuff, the adrenal gland from a living human baby. It's no good if you get it out of a corpse." End quote. You could also argue that this conspiracy is weirdly similar to the plot of the film Monsters, Inc., and maybe that's part of the cultural background making this theory seem reasonable to some. Monsters, Inc.! That was a good movie. Does adrenochrome have anything to do with Covfefe-19? No. Are you, the mainstream media, lying to us about this? Also no. Oh my god. Okay, Ilya Moon sent this. Fear and adrenochrome. The conspiracy theory right is... Oh, I shouldn't have closed that. I'm gonna reopen that tab. Sorry, my bad. I need to be able to put that in the description. I was only planning on reading... holes are happening, so let's... Fear and adrenochrome. The conspiracy theory right is addicted to crazy ideas about a drug. This article is in the Spectre's May 2020 edition. Quote, adrenochrome is a drug that the elites love, end quote. Say gossip columnist turned conspiracy theory Liz Cronin, Crokin? Quote, I don't know who this person is. Quote, it comes from children. The drug is extracted from the pituitary glands of tortured children. It's sold on the black market. It's the drug of the elites. It is their favorite drug. It is beyond evil. It is demonic. It is so sick, end quote. When I read this, I wonder where I've heard of adrenochrome before. Of course, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, when Hunter S. Thompson is given a taste of the drug by his half-mad attorney. Quote, where'd you get this? I asked. You can't buy it. Never mind, he said. It's absolutely pure. I shook my head sadly. What kind of monster client have you picked up this time? There's only one source for this stuff, he nodded. The adrenal gland of a living human body. I said, it's no good if you get it out of a corpse. This passage bubbled beneath the surface of American popular culture for decades. In 2009, Mark Dice, who is Alex Jones without the charm. Alex Jones has charm? referred to it in the Illuminati, Facts and Fiction, which implied, I'm sorry, is this a book? Hold on. Hold up. I need to know. The Illuminati on Amazon. Yeah, novel. Wait, is this a... Secret societies have both fascinated and frightened people over hundreds of years. Often the infamous Illuminati is mentioned as the core of conspiracies which span the globe. The Illuminati is actually a historical secret society which has goals of revolutions and world dominations dating back to the 1770s. Since then, rumors and conspiracy theories involving the Illuminati continued to spread, sometimes finding their way into popular novels like Dan Brown's Angels and Demons and Hollywood movies like Laura Croft's Tomb Raider. Okay, to be fair, Angelina Jolie was a great cast for that role. She makes a great role of Laura Croft. Please tell me this isn't a fiction book, is it? Wait, what's this title? What is this headed as? I need to get a Kindle. More recently, music videos, award shows, and sporting events are said to somehow be connected. Some men have even come forward claiming to be former members. How do you be a former member? How do they let you leave? Offering details of what they allege are the inner workings of the organization. When you sift through all of the information available on this subject, you may be surprised that the truth is stranger than fiction. The Illuminati, facts and fiction, conspiracy and occult expert Mark Dice separates history from Hollywood and shows why tales of the secret society won't die. A bunch of references, I think, by the author of The New World Order, Facts and Fiction? Here's the thing. You notice how there's like, Amazon is like, hey, frequently bought together. Hey, if you were interested in this, you might be interested in it. This is how people get stuck down rabbit holes. This is how people like end up, because everything they start getting suggested in their to buy and stuff is all related to it now. Now you're selling and you're trying to upsell like the true story of fake news. How mainstream media manipulates the... Who is this guy? We need to get him on Non Sequitur. Okay, back to this. Okay, in 2009, Mark Dice, who is Alex Jones without the charm, referred to it in the Illuminati Facts and Fiction, which implies that Thompson was some kind of Satanist pedophile. Wow. Adrenochrome also featured in the Bizarre Matrix series. It did, that's right, I forgot. The esoteric books, not the film starring Keanu Reeves, as the preferred snack of extraterrestrials. In 2018, rumors spread online. Adrenochrome sounds like something some edgelord writing some grim, darky, sci-fi drug would name it. Anyway. In 2018, rumors spread online that a video was circulating on the dark web showing Hillary Clinton and her staffer, Huma Abedin, what is this? Mutilating? Oh, mutilating. What? Brain. Hello. It's too hot. Mutilating a girl in a... Wait. Okay. A video was circulating on the dark web showing Hillary Clinton and her staffer, Huma Abedin, mutilating a girl in order to harvest adrenochrome from her terrified body. No such video ever came to light, of course. But a meme had taken hold. Remember Pizzagate? Fervid elements of Donald Trump's base convinced themselves that leaked emails between Democratic operatives contained some kind of code for the operations of an elite child abuse ring centered on a DC pizza restaurant. Hey! The idea convinced one man to fire a gun in the restaurant and another to attempt to burn it down. Yeah, that's not good. These fringe Trumpers have convinced themselves that the president is fighting an elite cabal of pedophiles and a deep state apparatus that protects them. A purported insider named Q, if you want to know more about Q, go check out Defango's channel, has left cryptic posts on the message board of 4chan, because of course, that detailed Trump's alleged plans for an event called The Storm, in which hundreds of his depraved opponents will be arrested. Somehow President Trump has never got around to doing this after more than 3 years in office. The epithet The Storm is derived from the time Trump informed the White House press pool in 2017 that he was the calm before the storm. This statement baffled journalists at the time, though Trump later expanded by saying, "I am the storm." A shitstorm, yeah. I think the simplest explanation is that he was running his mouth, not dropping occult references to some kind of millenarian apocalypse. We must remember that the secretive elite sex criminals do exist. Yes. There was Jeffrey Epstein and his international exploitative enterprises. There was Ed Buck, the wealthy Democrat donor, with his bizarre fondness for injecting black men with crystal meth. Yeah. There were the Hollywood pedos exposed in the film An Open Secret. There were depraved men as diverse as Michael Jackson and Marshall Massel? I don't know. I don't know who this is. The Mexican priest who founded the Legion of Christ. Oh, that's who that is. So there is nothing wrong with theorizing about elite sex criminals per se, but theories about elite sex criminals tend to inflate its scale and organization while defying epistemic standards. For example, when celebrities start being diagnosed with COFEFE-19. Oh, why do I have I have a blister. This is a sun blister. I got sunburned on my lip, sorry. What? I'm so Canadian. I apologize. I have a blister on my lip. No, I'm not sorry. I'm dumb. Okay. Just said that without even thinking about it. Canadian slang. Where was I? Oh, for example, when celebrities started being diagnosed with COFEFE-19, a reasonable person might have concluded that this was predictable. They do a lot of traveling and handshaking and above average access to testing. Not the QAnon crowd, though. They thought quarantine celebrities were being secretly arrested. Their excitement was dampened when Tom Hanks left his quarantine in Australia and returned to LA, but they soon devised a theory that the pilots of his plane were actually federal agents. The role of adrenochrome in recent events is harder to fathom. Miss Crokin, that Lisa lady, modestly suggests that pro-Trump patriots have tainted the adrenochrome supply with the COFEFE-19. Tommy G, the QAnon-supporting, Twitter blue tick sporting host of No Mercy podcast, posits that God. Oh. Gonna look at this for later. Posits that drug-crazed celebrities are running out of adrenochrome. A depleted adrenochrome stash, Mr. G suspects, might explain why Madonna has been making weird videos about roses and fried fish. They can't be helping people in quarantine and trying to bring some levity to the situation. Nah, can't be that. The diminishing number of rational observers, I think, assume it is because Madonna is an attention-starved eccentric with no taste. I mean, also an option. QAnoners are also big fans of comparing flattering and unflattering photos of celebrities. This is supposed to illustrate the devastating effects of adrenochrome withdrawal, but instead it illustrates the aging process. And the possibility that people look different without makeup and an expensive hairdo. Sorry. Why am I apologizing? I'm Canadian. The broader adrenochrome theory is based on strange ideas. One which is ubiquitous in QAnon circles, that they're coming to take me away, ho-ho, they're coming to take me away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha, to the funny farm, where life is beautiful all the time, and I'll be happy to see those nice young men in their clean white coats. The broader adrenochrome theory is based on two strange ideas. ideas. One, which is ubiquitous in QAnon circles, is that 800,000 kids go missing every year in the United States. This is true but misleading. More than 99% of these children are reported missing but found. Of course, even one permanent disappearance is a tragedy, but this is not quite the startling statistic the QAnon crowd imagines. Statistics are weird. If you don't understand statistics, I would recommend finding something that actually explains statistics, because it's really easy to get the wrong conclusion from looking at broad statistics. The idea of extracting adrenochrome from a living body comes not from science or history, but, as mentioned before, from Hunter S. Thompson, given that Thompson created the literary form gonzo journalism, which explicitly prioritizes atmosphere and emotion over facts. Trying to do this seems inadvisable. In fact, just as you can create testosterone without extracting it from the testicles or ovaries, you can synthesize adrenochrome in a lab. Opinions are mixed on its psychoactive properties. In the 1960s, Abram Hoffer suggested that adrenochrome was a neurotoxic and might account for schizophrenia. True or not true, I am not sure that that a drug which makes you feel changes in thinking is similar. Changes of thinking similar to those observed in schizophrenia would be such an attractive one, especially among people whose drug of choice is generally cocaine. I wanted to try it out myself, of course, but ran into objections from the spectators, lawyers, and accountants. Adrenochrome fascinates the QAnoners less as a drug than for its role in ritual, drug-crazed Luciferian elites sacrificing young children on an altar. Any aspects of this nightmare would be horrifying, but never so memorably as when child abuse, drugs, Satanism, and secret societies are mixed together. In this aspect, the fantasies of QAnon are little more than an online echo of the 60s counterculture at its most depraved. The idea of, hey, you guys remember when D&D was satanic? The idea of satanic ritual abuse, bundling of everything awful in the psychological shadows, is not new. Tearing like wildfire through the 1980s, it led to appalling miscarriages of justice, like the McMartin preschool case. Don't know what that is. In which, they're going to tell me, thank you. In which the hapless owners and employees of a daycare center in Manhattan Beach, California, were accused of being depraved Aleister Crowley-like abusers. Satanic rituals abuse does occur in 2010. A cult was discovered in Kidwelly, Wales, for example, but the imaginative power of the concept leads to exaggerated claims of its practice, and we might wonder whether the proliferation. Oh god! I thought this was going into something political, and my brain just went completely somewhere different. We need to start bringing... Well, maybe, Ilya, this will be a good... might be an interesting thing for your creepy show. Maybe you can find, some of these stories, and, instead of, covering the horrific parts of the story, you can cover the exaggerations and be like, what? And hopefully it won't be too awful. I don't know. We might wonder whether the proliferation of false claims gives the actual practitioners a script for their depravities. Americans are especially attracted to conspiracy theories. The idea in Richard Hofstadter's 1964 essay, The Paranoid Style in American Politics, are widespread, but is longer on examples than explanation. Feeling robbed of an Edenic home by a dark conspiracy might be more attractive than a nation young enough to be that idealistic. and whose origins include fantasies of malign, arbitrary power and popery. The conflict in American life between the folksy puritanism of the political mainstream and the obscure rituals of secret societies, private clubs, and intelligence service opens up a dark and otherworldly space for paranoid speculations. Paranoid speculation. Alex Jones... Somebody pointed out to me in the comments that I say sorry a lot. I'm not actually sorry, it's just Canadian cadence, and I don't think I can fix it. We'll see. The more of these I do, we'll see if I start saying sorry less and less while I'm reading when I mispronounce something. We'll see how it goes, and we can watch the evolution and see if I actually start losing that Canadianism or not. Because now somebody pointed it out, and now I'm actually noticing it, because I do it without thinking. Alex Jones could only have existed in America. Inhabiting the space between Little League Baseball and the Bohemian Grove between Mr. Rogers and MK Ultra. The presidency of Donald Trump has added a radical edge to the QAnoners. This is not due to extremism in his administration's actions, but because of their moderation. He egged on chants of lock her up, but Hillary Clinton is still on Twitter insulting his policies. He encouraged build that wall, but the wall does not exist. A truly radical administration would contain radical followers. The increasingly dramatic and esoteric fantasies of Trump's militant fringe are an attempt to rationalize the mundane reality. I would like to suggest that there is hope for people who think Donald Trump has arrested Tom Hanks on charges of torturing children to harvest adrenochrome, but there is not. Their passion... but no. Their passions are so intense and their beliefs so elastic that if each claim were patently disproven, they would twist the rest into newly preposterous shapes. The way to stop people from sliding down the long slope of fantasy is to teach them how to evaluate fact claims, to educate them about historical context, and also to encourage the vital sense of comic absurdity. Oh, there you go. There's a podcast. What are you? The New York Times did an episode about it. Or an article. Okay, I can't go going down this rabbit hole. This is the 3 we looked at today. Maybe we'll see if we can, Steve and I will see if we can get in contact with some of these people, like, probably not the people writing these articles, but some of the people these articles are about, like this this Liz person. I said Lisa earlier, it's Liz. Because, oh my god. Oh, you found it. Of course Ilya found it already. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Liz claims celebrities are getting Covfefe 19 from tainted adrenochrome supply. Oh, this one's short. Okay. Go away. Right-wing journalist and Trump-worshipping conspiracy theorist Liz Crokin, I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right, posted a video on YouTube. Oh no! Posted a video on YouTube last week in which she declared that the current Covfefe 19 virus outbreak is really just a cover for the Trump administration to carry out the mass arrest long promised by QAnon. The right-wing conspiracy theory that posits that President Donald Trump has been working diligently to arrest countless prominent political, media, and business leaders for allegedly being part of a global satanic pedophile ring. Great. Crokin doubled down on this prediction in a new video that she posted last night, in which she also speculated that celebrities like Tom Hanks and Idris Elba have contracted the virus by drinking adrenochrome that had been intentionally laced with the virus by the White Hats, a computer security term used to refer to hackers who use their skills for good. Quote, I also believe that the virus was created by the cabal, specifically Bill Gates. Crokin said. I also believe that the good guys, the White Hats, knew that they were going to release the virus. Why would the good guys be like, let's kill a bunch of people? And they intercepted their plans and used this virus as a false flag. They are now using their plans with the virus against them by using the virus as an excuse to lock down the country and many other countries so the military can go in and safely conduct these raids and military operations to sweep up these criminals, end quote. Quote, there's a lot of QAnons, i.e. believers in the QAnon conspiracy theory, that believe the White Hats tainted the elite's adrenochrome supply with the Covfefe virus, and that's why so many members of the elite are getting the Covfefe virus, she added. Adrenochrome is a drug that the elites love. It comes from children. The drug is extracted from the pituitary gland of tortured children. It's sold on the black market. It's the drug of the elites. It is their favorite drug. It is beyond evil. It is demonic. It is so sick. There is a theory that the White Hats tainted the adrenochrome supply with the coronavirus. Oh, I said it again. Okay. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, it's 26 minutes long. Oh no! Okay, we're just gonna click around this because I'm not gonna watch the whole thing. Helios575 for 2 said, Rabbit hole, this is an open pit mine. Yes. And Ilya for 2 said, I hope you still love me, lol. I don't know what to say about this. What is going on? This is essentially like, this is probably what this is going to turn into, because usually I just find 1 or 2 smaller ones to read, and they're only like 10 to 15 minutes long to read them. But the ones that are 10 to 15 minutes long, I think we should actually go ahead and see where these kind of go, because where are we? I also appreciate you guys sending me stuff to look at that's related, because this is ridiculous. Okay. Let's see what this actually says. I have to put on my headphones because I don't want to get you guys an echo. I was not expecting a video. Let alone a 26-minute video. Dear Lord. Let's see what we get. I'm not gonna watch 26 minutes of it. There's no way. Okay, tell you what. We'll do 26 minutes of it on quick speed if you guys in the chat decide. Like, 1 in the chat if you want to actually go through this. 2 in the chat, hell no, and 3 in the chat to potentially save it for later. So you guys let me know.
Hi guys, I'm back. I've been traveling since the beginning of the year for work stuff, so that's why I haven't posted in a while. I've been working on different projects and exploring different opportunities and trying to figure out a way to get you guys some better content and
Aw, she wants to give us better content. My god, you guys are so mean to me. You're not sorry at all. Alright. Let's settle in. I got my fan on now, so you're gonna have to deal with that. That is what you get in response. That is that you're gonna have to suffer through having my fan on during this, because I am dying of heat stroke probably. You I had to get. Oh god, it's okay. We're doing it. Okay, I put the speed up. We're gonna go through as fast as we can. Here we go.
produced videos, so that's why I haven't been around. Anyways, I'm going to talk about the coronavirus, and I know everybody's talking about Tom Hanks, and I'm sure you're all very interested in hearing about what I have to say about Tom Hanks, and I'll get to that, but I want to go over the coronavirus first.
Yes, we are all interested to hear what you have to say. Yeah, if you guys want to know more about, I had said earlier, if you guys do want to know more about QAnon, to go check out Defengo. Yeah, I need to go get more water. Stupid Horror Energy, welcome. I hope you enjoy the emotes. Actually, so what I'm gonna do is before we start this, I am actually gonna go get more water because I am dying right now. So, I wish I don't have like a little screen set up, so you're gonna have to deal with my lovely chair. So enjoy my chair for like a couple seconds while I go get some water. I will be right back. Okay. Oh, God. Maybe if I turn my noise gate up a little bit, it'll drop the... I'll turn my noise gate up just a touch, and you guys can let me know if it deals with the fan noise. Okay, hopefully that's a little bit better. Alright. Settling in for the long haul. Are you guys ready? Oh, we got a super chat. Okay, thanks, Helios. Helios, for 2 said, in the words of Alucard, I'm not apologizing. I hope you like my, shout out there. My imitation, my... whatever. Here we go.
So I'm not going to get into the origins of the coronavirus. I will say that I do believe that the coronavirus was created by the deep state. I'm sure many of you have heard that Bill Gates owns the patent to it, and so there's plenty of videos out there that you guys can watch.
Did she just say that the Bill Gates owns the patent to Covfefe-19, like to the virus? As far as I know, Bill Gates has donated a lot of money to finding a vaccine, which still wouldn't be a patent. Where's the patent? There should be paperwork of that, shouldn't there? Okay. Keep. I made it 30 seconds. Okay.
Learn about how this was created and who created it, which it was created by the Cabal, and why it was created. But I'm going to kind of focus on what's happening now and what I believe this quote unquote pandemic really means. And I have a theory as to what is really going on, and I've been tracking the news every day, all day, and I haven't done a video yet because I just kind of wanted to see how everything plays out. And but I think there's enough information out now, and for me to kind of come forward with my theory on what I do believe is really happening. And
okay, so she said she wanted to wait. Okay. March 11th. So 2 weeks ago. Give or take. Why are there so many... I'm looking at the comment section when we're done this. I have to look at the comment section.
So anyways, I want to start with President Trump and what he has said about the virus, all right? So President Trump has been saying for many weeks now that this virus is very low risk. It's not that serious. He has said that he believes this is just going to go away in a few weeks. And here's one of his tweets. He tweeted out, so last year, 37,000 Americans died from the common flu. It averages between 27,000 and 70,000 per year. Nothing is shut down. Life and the economy go on. At this moment, there are 546 confirmed cases of coronavirus and 22 deaths. Think about that.
Yeah, think about that. That's the number of... Okay.
Another quote that he said, now the virus that we're talking about, a lot of people think that this goes away in April with the heat, as the heat comes in. Typically that will go away in April. We're in great shape. We have 12 cases, 11 cases, and many of them are in good shape now. He said this a few weeks ago. The numbers have gone up. All right, so...
He said this a few weeks ago, and this was 2 weeks ago. It's saying it would be done by April, but this was out 2 weeks ago, which was the 11th, which means a couple of weeks ago would have still been April. But okay, maybe I'm misunderstanding something. Are we gonna give this person the benefit of the doubt? You tell me! 1 in the chat for charity, 2 in the chat for no.
He said that too, and I'm citing these quotes for a reason, so bear with me here. All right, so the newest numbers that came out about the coronavirus.
Oh, we're bearing.
According to Fox News today. Today in the U.S. we have 400 plus cases, 21 deaths, and 0 child deaths. Now Fox compared this to the seasonal flu from last season. Here in the United States, we had 35.5 million cases of the flu, 34,200 deaths, and 136 child deaths. Okay, so most of the trusted doctors out there, such as someone like Dr. Drew, so I'm talking about doctors that are not controlled by the cabal, they're all saying that this is not any more serious than the flu, and that the mainstream media is...
Who is Dr. Drew? What? I don't know who Dr. Drew is, but apparently they're one of the doctors that is not part of the cabal.
Totally overblowing this, and they're causing all this fear porn, and they're just completely overreacting about this, all right? So, okay, we have the President of the United States saying that the risk is low, that this isn't more serious than the flu, and we have a lot of prominent doctors who I trust, doctors that are not cabal controlled, that are saying the same thing. Okay, so if this isn't as serious as the flu, why do we have all this panic? Why is the mainstream media in hysterics over this? Okay, so let's look at the recent events that have happened in relation to the coronavirus. We had Italy go...
Okay, so one of the things, I don't know if it's different for American media, it probably is, but one of the main things that gets talked about up here by the media is about not panicking. It's about Dr. Doom has a PhD, don't start with me. Drew's a doctor like Phil is a doctor. Oh, so he's like Dr. Oz. Dr. Dre's younger brother. God damn it. Okay. So I don't know if it's different for American media versus Canadian media, but in Canada, a lot of our media is saying, hey, don't panic, here's what you can do, here's what you shouldn't do, look out for these things, and basically informing people, because, you know, that's what the news is for, to inform people. So there isn't like a whole ton of fear-mongering that actually goes on, and they want people to remain calm and stay safe. So I don't know if fear-mongering is more, I would figure that it's more common in America, but we do realize that we take Fox News out of that equation entirely because they're an entertainment show, not a news show. All right, let's keep going.
Go on complete lockdown. So the entire country of Italy is on lockdown. And what's in Italy? The Vatican. And what's the Vatican? The Vatican is one of the biggest...
What? What's in Italy? The Vatican. Oh, okay. I'm gonna need like one of the, like a board with like adding these things like like Glenn Beck or something. What's in Italy? The Vatican. Okay. All right. I think I'm following so far. Continue.
Child sex trafficking hubs in the world. Okay. So what else happened in these past few weeks? We had 20,000 U.S. troops flood into Europe for a massive military exercise. And this has been compared to massive drills that happened in the Cold War era. This operation is called Defender Europe 20, and it's the largest deployment of Europe in 25 years. And this is according to military officials, and it was reported in the Washington Times. Okay, so this isn't getting a lot of coverage, but as of now, we have the biggest military deployment by U.S. troops going on in Europe for the first time in 25 years. Okay, so there's that. So President Trump gave a speech tonight, a special address from Oval Office, and he issued a 30-day travel ban to Europe. So let's connect the dots here. We have 30,000.
Okay, we're gonna connect the dots here. Let's get these dots connected. This is gonna be good.
We have 30,000 troops that are now in Europe. We have Italy on lockdown.
Okay.
And we also have a 30-day travel ban to Europe. Okay. See how all these different events are lining up?
No, I don't.
There's no coincidence here. I guarantee you all these events are
please explain.
related. And when Trump said that there would be a 30-day travel ban to Europe, that made me think of Q's post done in 30. Okay, something else that's happening right now.
She didn't explain how this connected at all. She just said that there are 3 things and that they are connected. I don't see how they're connected. Outside of, you know, there's a pandemic. Maybe I'm just not good enough for this, clearly. I'm too stupid to understand.
Code of Vets official Twitter handle that's verified, it's at Code of Vets. They tweeted today that some of our vets, individual Ready Reserve members, veterans, are being activated. That was earlier today. And then we had the National Guard was deployed in New York yesterday. And furthermore, we have a lot of deep state cabal members, such as Iranian officials. One of the Hezbollah leaders I read contracted the coronavirus. I read that yesterday.
Iranian officials are part of the deep state. So this is a global deep state that they're referring to. It would have to be. So this isn't just America. So oh, hey, look, it's Garabelle. I did a series when I was doing most of my streaming on Twitch. I did Pokemon that are combined. So you'll see a few of those go by. Okay.
Today, they are all coming down with the coronavirus. And I'll get to timings. Don't worry. And then we also have members of Congress and people that work in the Trump administration, such.
If it's a deep state cabal that is across the planet, wouldn't all of the media be trying to fearmonger? Unless informing people counts as fearmongering, okay.
Cruz, Getz, Gosar, and Collins, they're self-quarantining, okay? What else happened today? We had the United States carry out a widespread nationwide arrest blitz on the CJING cartel, okay? And there was hundreds arrested today in this sting. These cartel members are used by the deep state as foot soldiers, just like MS-13. And there's a lot of people on Twitter who are theorizing that these cartel members are being rounded up so they can't pull any attacks when the mass arrests happen.
People on Twitter said it must be true. Hold on. Why does this sound like a video game? Why does this sound like Final Fantasy VII? The grunts and the soldiers. Is she saying that the drug cartels are mercenaries for the deep state? Drug cartels are used by the deep state as foot soldiers. Okay.
So what I'm piecing together here, and again, this is just a theory, but if you've been following Q and if you've been following me, you know that I've been talking about, and Q's been posting about these mass arrests happening for the past 3 years. And we know that there's over 150,000 sealed indictments. We also know, thanks to Q, that when this happens, that most likely President Trump's going to declare martial law. He's going to...
I'm blaming DeFango for this woman. I'm saying this now. DeFango, this is your fault.
bring in the military to conduct the arrests, and he's also going to use the National Guard. Okay, so Italy is already on lockdown. We aren't on lockdown, but there are a lot of businesses that are on lockdown. For example, Twitter announced today that they're encouraging all their employees to work from home. The NBA just announced that they're postponing the rest of the season as of now. A lot of businesses in the United States are already going into lockdown. I believe that this could be the initial steps towards martial law, because I do believe that when these mass arrests happen, that we will be in martial law for our own safety. So what I think is going on here and what I think is happening is I believe that the coronavirus, which the President of the United States and many doctors have said is...
America's not under martial law right now, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody please in the chat confirm. I don't think America's under martial law right now. I mean, there are protests going on, so I don't know how you could have martial law okay. Let me know in the chat if America or some part of America is, but I don't think that's the case.
It's no more serious than the flu is the cover to put the country into lockdown, just like Italy is in lockdown, to possibly declare martial law, get people off the streets, keep them in their homes.
Oh, potentially. So she's not saying they are potentially. Gotcha.
So they're safe. So when the military and the National Guard sweeps in and conducts these mass arrests, it is done in a manner where people are kept safe. And like I said, if you've been following me and if you've been following Q since 2017, Q has been talking about these mass arrests, and Q has also been talking about how when these arrests happen, there will probably be many days of darkness, social media might go down, the National Guard's going to come in, the military will be used to arrest these people, and that is what I believe is happening right now. I could be wrong, I don't know for sure, but one thing I know for
I could be wrong and I don't know for sure, but you know. Okay. I'm still lost in the dots.
Certain, I've been saying this for years, and I'll continue saying this until it actually happens, is that these mass arrests are going to take place. These mass arrests are going to happen. What I don't know, and what no one knows unless you're a member of the Q team, is when they're going to take place and how they're going to take place. That it does not make sense to put entire countries into lockdown and to send 30,000 of our troops for the first time in 25 years to Europe for a virus that is no more serious than the flu. So you have to use critical thinking here and wonder what's really going on here, okay?
You have to use critical thinking here and wonder what's really going on. Well... I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but, you know what? Let's move on.
And in addition to that, I'm sure you guys saw that President Trump retweeted the meme that Dan Scavino tweeted the other day that said, in my next piece is "Nothing can stop what's coming." Well, we know that nothing can stop what's coming is a Q phrase. And then shortly after that, Joe M tweeted a meme.
So anybody who says nothing can... So, like, Illidan is part of QAnon? You are not prepared. You don't know what's coming. Is it anything, like, along those kinds of phrases? Because that gets used a lot. Especially in, like, hyping up a video or hyping up something that you're doing or what... Okay.
That he made, and he wrote, "My next piece is, are you ready for arrest?" Now, I don't know for sure when these mass arrests are going to happen. It's really looking like they could be happening this month and or next month. And again, the cover for getting a...
All right, you guys heard it here. Expect arrests either this month, which we're already at the 26th of, or next month. Look out for those. They're coming.
everyone inside so they're safe, so there's not civil war, so there's not civil unrest, so these arrests can go down as smoothly and safely as possible, is the coronavirus. I don't know for sure, but it's every day I wake up and I go online and I read the news, I'm tracking everything going on, and I'm getting more and more signs that this is happening and things are starting to point to that. But again, I don't know for sure, but...
Is she treating QAnon as if it's news and Twitter as if it's news? How is she reading all the news with all this fear-mongering going on? What?
I do believe that Q is supposed to be a 3-year operation, and the 3-year anniversary of Q's first post is going to be this fall. And you would think that the White Hats, when planning this, they would have planned for the mass arrests to happen before the election, because there's no guarantee that President Trump is going to win the election, even though, unless God forbid something happens to him, which it won't. You know, I just don't think that they could bank on President Trump winning the election. I think that the arrests...
What happens if Donald Trump gets Covfefe? Does that mean he was, like, poisoned? Or because, like, what? Like, how would that affect, or would it? Whatever.
Have to happen before the election, because God forbid he doesn't win, or something happens where he doesn't get elected. This is potentially their one and only shot to once and for all take down the cabal and arrest all these people involved in crimes against children and treason and all other kinds of horrible things. So everything is pointing to that, and I do believe that the mass arrests will happen before the election. Again, I could be wrong. I know that they're going to happen, so maybe they won't happen until after the election. But I do believe that Q is meant to be a 3-year operation, which would mean that the mass arrests have to happen before this fall, before the election. And
you heard it. The arrests have to happen before this fall and before the election. So she's saying either by the end of this month, as of 2 weeks ago, or by the end of next month, but also has to happen before fall, before the election. So I will be, when this doesn't happen, I'm sure we will 100% be getting an apology and a correction and a retractment of all this garbage we just been listening to.
And everything is lining up for that to happen, okay? You know, and so Trump tweeted, nothing can stop what's coming, and that's, I mean, nothing can stop what's coming is one of the biggest Q phrases. Q's use that phrase over and over and over again. You can go to qmap.pub and put in that phrase, and you can see how many times Q's posted that. And there's been a lot of signs and comms from the White Hats and President Trump that the storm is here, that this is it. You know, Trump tweeted a link to the CDC today, and the link had all these medical pictures relating to the coronavirus, but one of the photos was a picture of a storm. You know, and so people that follow me and follow my page, you guys know that the White Hats and President Trump speak in code, and that's how they let us know what's going on. So I do think that the storm is finally here. I do think that these mass arrests could happen under martial law, that is under the guise of the coronavirus pandemic. Because again, if you think about this critically, does it make sense?
If you think about this critically, does it make sense? Short answer, no.
To shut down entire countries and businesses and events, sporting events, for a virus that's not as serious as the flu. Think logically, it does not make any sense. So expand your thinking, connect the dots, look at...
It's almost like it is more serious than a flu. Weird. This is as of 2 weeks ago. There have been tens of thousands of deaths. Hundreds of thousands of deaths worldwide. Huh.
The military activity that's going on, look what's going on with the National Guard, look how vets are being activated, and put the pieces together. So, like I said, I do believe that there's a very good chance that...
I don't mean to be rude, but those pieces don't go together.
The coronavirus is the cover for going in and finally arresting these people. We do know that there's over 150,000 sealed indictments, and these arrests have to take place somehow, and they have to take place at some point in time. So this actually seems like a brilliant way to do it, because I know that the biggest concerns that the White Hats have when they do finally pull the trigger and conduct these mass arrests is that there's going to be civil unrest. You know, look.
They're going to pull the trigger and arrest a bunch of regular people when they're trying, if they're going to arrest everybody with coronavirus, because they're going to have to, whatever.
Happened after Trump got elected. We had riots and we had Antifa on the streets. We had vandalism everywhere. And so imagine how these people are going to react when they find out that their favorite politicians like Hillary Clinton and loser celebrities like Chrissy Teigen and John Legend are involved in trafficking children. It's probably not going to go over so well for a lot of these people. And that is why they need to keep people...
Yeah, Mike, that's a really good point. The flu doesn't hide for 2 weeks while it spreads.
Out of the streets, in their homes, so people are safe. All right, so Tom Hanks. So President Trump gave his address tonight, and literally less
Oh, here we go. All right.
than 10 minutes after he finished his address, Tom Hanks announced that him and his wife, Rita Wilson, have the coronavirus. So, like I said, I believe the coronavirus is a cover for the white hats to go in and arrest all these criminals and satanic pedophiles, all right? I think that...
Did this woman just claim that Tom Hanks and his wife are pedophiles? Don't do that! Don't just say that about people. Oh my god, that... You can't just make claims like this. You can't do... Don't do shit like this.
Some of these celebrities are either going to use the coronavirus as an excuse to flee, which is what Joe M actually tweeted about Tom Hanks tonight, or the white hats are allowing them to claim they have the coronavirus to help facilitate their arrest. I'm not sure which one it is, but I don't believe for 1 second that
allowing them to claim... Okay.
Tom Hanks has the coronavirus, and if you've been following my YouTube channel, you know that Tom Hanks is not only a pedophile who has been accused publicly by some of his victims, including Sarah Ashcraft, who publicly accused him 2 years ago now.
Links in the description? No description. Can I please get a reference to whoever this person is that is apparently accusing Tom Hanks of something? What was that name?
Coronavirus. And if you've been following my YouTube channel, you know that Tom Hanks is not only a pedophile who has been accused publicly by some of his victims, including Sarah Ashcraft, who...
Sarah Ashcraft. Sarah Ashcraft? Oh, fuck's sakes, the first thing is QAnon. UK fashion beauty blogger? Is it this person? Instagram. I don't know if it's this person or not. Let's keep going for now.
Publicly accused him 2 years ago now of raping her, which he's never denied. He actively has been running a child sex trafficking ring on his Instagram and Twitter pages, which you guys, most of you are aware of, and if you're not, go check out his Instagram page.
What? Alright, okay, hold on. Let's go check Tom Hanks' Twitter, because apparently all I have to do is go there to be able to see that he is apparently part of a sex trafficking pedophile ring. Tom Hanks! What do we got, bud? Let's see, how you doing? I'm that actor in some of the movies you liked, and some you didn't. Sometimes I'm in pretty good shape, other times I'm not. Hey, you gotta live, you know. Okay. 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 Scott, okay, high school. Voting. Okay. Alright. Song. Okay. Last week's bag of plasma. Okay. Another week. Responders and healthcare workers. Yeah, okay. Let's scroll down a little bit. Let's go down here. Okay. Movies. Pictures of himself doing something. Dear internet, my beard loved its time with you. Oh, he shaved his beard. Okay. What does any of this have to do with sex trafficking or children? Literally none of this. Maybe I need to go back further. Let's go back. How often does he tweet? Because this could take... Oh, here's October 2018. Michelle Obama. Okay. He got a new car. Okay, maybe it's in the comment section. Maybe it's somewhere in here. That's awesome by what looks like an adult. Oh, that's a baby. Oh, that one's got a baby this baby is using Twitter. Look out. This is a baby on his Twitter. Oh my god. Sorry. Wife, mom, yeah, and a grandmother. So yeah, obviously it's not the kid. Dear God. Nothing about sex. Oh, well, they said the car is beautiful. Here's a picture of some people freaking out, and they're being excited. Watching a movie? Does it turn on? Like, as in, does the car run? Can I say how much I love your tweets, your humor, your intelligence, and your humanity? What a real decent man you are. Can we be cousins? I gave a great family. Clearly this was written by a child. What is this? Look at all this proof of the thing that she told me to go look at. I love that. That's so funny. She lifts it to wink with her other eye. That's adorable. I mean, I'm scrolling through this. Somebody wanting Tom Hanks to move to Canada. I mean, maybe she said it was obvious. Maybe I'm just too dumb. Maybe I'm just too stupid. I have this open twice. Okay, here we go. Let's go.
And his Twitter handle, and look at all of the trophies and articles of clothing and items from little kids that he posts on his social media pages with comments that are super creepy and make absolutely no sense. I also think it's interesting.
I was just there. I saw none of that, so maybe he deleted it all, I guess? She busted him, so he deleted it all. The only possible answer.
That a few days ago, Tom Hanks tweeted another item, probably from a missing or trafficked child, and a lot of people were calling him out for it on Twitter, including Joem, and Joem even tagged the FBI in one of the comments and said the FBI should investigate Tom Hanks. And here we are a few days later now. Tom Hanks is allegedly in Australia and has the coronavirus. So
allegedly in Australia? I didn't think that was under contention.
I think we're going to start seeing a lot of these members of the cabal come out and claim that they have the coronavirus. And like I've said, I believe that the coronavirus is going to be used as a cover to go in and arrest these elite satanic pedophile cabal members such as Tom Hanks. I'm just not sure if Tom Hanks is in submission and the White Hats are allowing him to say this, or if he knows the hammer's about to drop and he's literally trying to flee. It doesn't matter, because if he isn't in submission...
He already flew back to America. He was just in isolation while he was there. Maybe the timing is off on this.
And or under White Hat control and is trying to flee, he's not going to make much progress. The White Hats have everything on all these people. They're all being tracked. They have... The Q says they have it all. The NSA has...
If the White Hats are so good, how is there a cabal in the first place? If they have it all under control and everything is already ready to go, then I don't understand why that... Wouldn't the White Hats at that point be the deep state if this is all under their control? Maybe I don't know.
As evidence and video recordings and other evidence of their crimes, because they were stupid enough to use their phones to, and social media, such as Tom Hanks, to run their child sex trafficking networks and to document their crimes. So none of these people are safe, as Q says, and they're not going to be able to get away with it. So anyways, very interesting that Tom Hanks announced that he had the coronavirus right after Trump issued the travel ban. The next few weeks are going to be really interesting. If you go back...
Are people seriously coming to my channel looking for Non Sequitur Show content? That's bizarre. The only place you should be looking for Non Sequitur Show content is on the Non Sequitur Show. Anyway.
Q's posts from March in 2019 and 2018. Q talks about March Madness. Q talks about brackets. Q talks about how the public's going to know soon. So again, there's a lot of Q posts from 1 and 2 year deltas that do possibly signal that these mass arrests are going to be happening in the next few weeks. And I suspect we will be seeing a lot more members of the cabal claiming they have the coronavirus. Again,
oh, she jumped it down to the next few weeks. So by the end of this, in the next few weeks, which is 2 weeks ago she said this, then, or it's going to be before the end of this month, or it's going to be within the next month, so by the end of next month, or before, by fall, or before the elections. It has to happen before the elections. Helio says, stuff like this is why tragedies like Robin Williams, I don't know what you're trying to say with that. Why tragedies like Robin Williams... Oh, suicide happen. We really need to strengthen slander and libel because libel laws because stuff like this ruins lives. It would be nice. It'll just take time for people to actually take the internet seriously. Like, this person has 155k subscribers, and she's like, the FBI should be investigating Tom Hanks because of his Twitter that has none of the stuff that I said it has on it.
That's just a cover or a front for these mass arrests taking place, and I do believe that it's very possible that the country will go into martial law, at least under lockdown, like Italy, and that's when the arrest will take place. I don't know for sure, but everything is lining up for that to happen. So that's what I believe is going on, and things are going to get really interesting. I think we're going to see a lot of big things happen and big news break in the next few weeks. And like I told you before, I predicted that there's a good chance Tom Hanks might be one of the first arrests, at least the arrests that are announced, because of Q posts that referenced Big. You know, Tom Hanks was in the movie Big, and Q's made a lot of references to Big and, you know, how the first big arrest is going to cause a mass awakening around the planet. So I have theorized that Tom Hanks could be the first big public arrest. But
if they had this big plan to arrest all of these elites, the thing is if you're elite, supposedly you have a lot of money and a lot of influence. So if these people have a lot of money and a lot of influence, why would you make one big arrest and alert all of them? Isn't that the point of going into a military lockdown, so that they can do these arrests at the same time? So why would there ever be one big first arrest? Like, that doesn't make sense with what she's saying in my brain. Maybe I just don't get it.
I don't know that for sure either. I think it's also possible it could be the Pope, especially considering that Italy is on lockdown, and I believe that it's on lockdown because they're draining the pedophile swamp in the Vatican. So anyways, we'll see what happens, but that's my 2 cents on everything that's going on. And again, this is a theory I have. We're in a shadow war. We've been in a shadow war for years now, and the mainstream media isn't reporting the truth, and there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, and so we just have to take the information that we have and use critical thinking and put pieces together, and that's what I try to do for you guys. So that's all I have for now. If you like my work, you can donate to me at paypal.me/Liz Crokin. And then if you want to buy one of my Q hats that I designed, I have a store, which is Liz-Crokin, CROKN.myshopify.
I'm sorry, she's got Q merch in her store? Is Q getting a cut? Okay, I think she's at the end of her blur. I think she's just gonna chill for the last little bit. Oh, look at him go. Goodbye. I love my mods. Yeah, I think this is a totally proper response. When one of the mods gets frustrated with somebody coming by to troll, they're more than welcome to time them out. If they're like a well-known, like ones that you've seen me getting in shit with, just feel free to, if you don't think they're gonna be fun ever again, feel free to hide them, like block them on the channel. I'm totally fine with that. If they have any kind of contention, they can come and reach me, and if they're already blocked, well, then I guess there's a good reason for it. On the other hand, if you think they're going to be fun in the future, just time them out. They can come back later. Oh, God. All right. I think there's a lot. Oh, right. Comments. Okay. Out of the Shadows brought me here. What is this? First comment, already down to the next things. Out of Shadows IMDb documentary, an expose on how Hollywood and the mainstream media manipulate the multitudes by spreading propaganda through their content. Oh my god! New documentary that turned up on YouTube, which has really got people talking called Out of Shadows, but is it worth watching? Oh no! Oh no! Oh, that didn't take the trolls long to get here. Actually, it did take them long to get here. We've been live for, oh god, 1.5 hours. You guys need to be faster on that uptake. Oh no! Out of the Shadows. Okay, apparently it's on YouTube. Let me see if I can find a link to it. Because I feel like this is gonna be, out of the shadows. Is this the whole thing? That's the trailer. I've got too many things open now. There we go. Is it only a half an hour long? The early 1990s, a group of gay and lesbian employees at P&G in Cincinnati banded together to fight for equality in their workplace. It seems like an impossible dream. Well, P&G was one of the first Fortune 500 companies to add sexual orientations to its EEO, Equal Employment Opportunity Statement. In 1992, the company's leadership was controversial and fellow employees were openly homophobic. And in 1993, Cincinnati passed an Article 12, an amendment that prevented any laws aimed at protecting gays and lesbians. It was a hostile environment and a difficult time. I don't think this is a difficult time for employees to openly be themselves. Still, the group, which called itself Gable, persisted. Slowly but surely, they found allies, educated their colleagues, and won big victories, including benefits for domestic partners. Today, Gable has 5,000 members in more than 50 countries, and P&G is one of the most LGBTQ-friendly companies in the world. Meet the pioneers who risk... I don't think this is what they're talking about. This is all... I don't think this is what they're talking about. Is this what they're talking about? Okay, yeah, no, this is what they're talking about. The documentary. Popularity. Okay, it's this. Okay. I gotta see if I can find this. I'm gonna look this up later to see if I can find it, and I'll pass it along to anybody who might think they'd be interested. Okay, God. Yeah, alright. She didn't mention anything about God. Same, me too. Liz is the best, me as well. Jesus. She said nothing about religion. The demons and were under the delusion that they would never get caught. And they forgot who is the throne above the heavens, the one and only holy God, the great I am. These people know the people who are agreeing, do they know which God this person is talking about? At Elijah Wood. Oh, okay, this Elijah Wood. I was gonna say, wait, what? Bill Gates announced his retirement from his board of directors yesterday. Okay. The storm is here. The cabal started the virus to take down the economy and tried to take away the 2020 election from Trump. Trump and Q patriots are using the virus/scare shutdown to take out cabal, deep state, pedos, etc. What? Yeah, no, Bool, you're in the right. You have a wrench here for a reason. You have priority over pretty much anybody else in here. If anybody makes you feel uncomfortable, you do whatever you damn well please. You will not get questioned by me. Bool runs this channel. That's not true. He has carte blanche in the chat. Hanks doesn't have Covfefe 19, and I doubt he and his wife are even in Australia. The demon rats are scrambling. Truth first, patriot. Oh, no. I saw a picture of him being taken by feds with hands in the air. I think he'll be offered suicide watch. They'll blame the virus or a trial. He turned out to be such a disappointment. Yeah, Tom Hanks, how could you be such a disappointment? No matter what happens when this goes down and we lose internet or whatever, please know we love you, girl, and keep it real and keep rocking. Why would you lose internet? I don't think these people know what that means. Okay. I didn't think Tom Hanks looked nervous at the Golden Globes. I thought some of the others were mad and shocked. Okay. What? This is to keep the deep state from committing mass shootings? Are the deep state responsible for all of the mass shootings in the United States? What am I reading? Wow! Okay. Alright. The Patriots are in control. The Patriots have it all. A multi-level operation. Infect the adrenochrome supply line with Covfefe, knowing that the adrenochrome users will become ill. Then use the virus to bring about martial law, knowing that people will self-quarantine much easier than if martial law was declared outright. Then the Patriots can now declare martial law and it will be easily accepted, thus bypassing the rioting and the remaining brainwashed sheeple. People are already protesting. Anyway. What? I don't understand how, if the Patriots are in control and they're the ones that have been running everything the entire time, then they are the deep state. Wouldn't they be? The last 48 hours something, this was 2 months ago. 2 months ago? Oh, did I misread the date? This was posted? March. What? Oh, it's May now. Okay, sorry, this wasn't 2 weeks ago. This was March, so this was 2 months ago. Sorry, that was my mistake. I misread that. My bad. Correction. Where did that one go? Because that was... Okay. The last 48 hours, something has changed in the spiritual world. We all see it. What? See it? I don't think they mean see it in that way. Feel it, smell it, hear it, and know it. Moves and counter moves. There is no step 5. We are witnessing the eye of the storm. This is it. USA, US? I don't know. Whatever. The deeper state. Oh, God. The deeper state. Y'all are disappointment to real Patriots who can see right through this BS. Look at Brandy go, hell yeah. Y'all have helped lay the foundation of the NWO right here on American soil. I hope you all enjoy this whole new world. The true Patriots are putting their faith in no man, but the one who made everything on... Aw, never mind, Brandy. You had me in the first half. This is my first time seeing your videos. It was sent to me by a family member. I am differently not as young or as... No, I read that right. Definitely, they mean. Not as young or as pretty as you, but those are pretty much my words coming from your mouth. They have already had mass arrests in Italy, and my husband said the helicopters were very busy in our area yesterday. We're about 2 hours out of DC. Keep up the good work, and POTUS has declared today a national holiday of prayer, so we are praying for our POTUS and all patriots around the world. I believe the Great Awakening will coincide with the Great Resurrection. Easter, God bless... well, that didn't... Sorry, Betty. That didn't happen. Ink Boy, look what Link Bull gave you. Oh, no. Why would you send this to me? Oh, God. Why? I could do that. I could literally stream for 24 hours and get nowhere. Thanks, Bull. Alright. Okay. I'll put these 5 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5 links in the chat. In the description. So anybody who wants to read or see any of them or go down your own rabbit hole, just be careful if you're going to do that. Just keep in mind that, like, this stuff can be dangerous and this stuff can be, like, super screwed up. So if you want, I went down it so you don't have to. This was the first link in this article. This is the first one that took us down this rabbit hole. Like, oh my god, there's... okay. Well... That's where we're gonna leave it off. We've been live for what, almost 2 hours? Oh no, hour and a half. Hour and a half is definitely long enough. No more. End me. I will pass this link around for Out of Shadows and maybe take a look at. Maybe others will want to take a look at it and maybe do watch throughs and debunks of this Out of Shadows, because apparently this is gonna be interesting. So maybe it'll be good for a crossover episode. We'll see. We'll see what we can do with it. Links will be in the description. Like, sub, hit the bell, and all that crap. Find me on Twitter or on Discord if you want to send me anything. I love you guys. This is like gonna be 12 minutes long, and then suddenly an hour and a half later, we're like barely skimming the surface of this garbage. I'll probably, in fact, I need to go take a cold shower and drink a beer. I'm boiling. Maybe I'll sit down in the sun and have a beer. We'll do another one of these and maybe look a little bit more into this, but, how does this person have a YouTube channel with 155k subscribers with this content, and their content is up? What the hell, YouTube? Anyway, I'll see you guys.